It's a new year, and that means a new session of the state legislature.
The House and Senate got underway today, and of course, 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Alvin was there, and Rick joins us now on set with what some say is a new beginning. Will it have a different outcome, though, Rick?
Yeah, that's the real question. I mean, will these legislators be able to find some bipartisan cooperation? And will they deal with the issues voters sent them to Lansing to handle? That's something we won't know for a while. What we do know, at least for today, there was some bipartisan goodwill and hope for the 148 members of the House and Senate to work together. In the lower chamber, members new and returning took the oath of office together. Over the Senate, members were sworn in too. Then they headed off for pictures with family and friends and the governor. But what will it all mean when the ceremonial dust settles? We ask a former member with a vested interest in the process.
But it is really an opportunity for a fresh start, a new start, for the differences of the past to be set aside, for people to work together on problems of the future. And while there'll always be things that separate the different people from across the spectrum, the political spectrum, that what we've seen over the course of the last few years, there are far more issues that we agreed on than we disagreed on.
Today, had a distinctly cooperative feel in Lansing. That can go away in a big hurry, though. The makeup of the new legislature, internal fights within the caucuses, as well as between Republicans and Democrats, could make it an interesting session. We'll see.
Yeah. How fast do you think they're going to get down to business after all the
it's going to take a little bit. We've got State of the State is on the 20th, which is next month. And then in February, the budget will be dropped by the governor. The real holdup, though, may be the funding issue for roads until the voters decide on it in May. Some lawmakers may be hesitant to make any big moves because if that passes, that's one set of circumstances. If it doesn't, they got to go back to the drawing board.
Rick, while we have you on another political issue, Dave Agema, the Republican National Committeeman, he's back in the news again for a controversy here. He's a very polarizing individual.
Absolutely.
Where does the party stand with his support, and is he even out west right now?
He is. In fact, he went out to San Diego today, we're told. Agema reposted something that many see as derogatory and racially insensitive. It's not the first time. It's just ahead of the GOP winter meetings out in California. Those posts creating controversy, not so much because Agema is such a big deal as a national committee man, name another one, but he's a major figure here locally because he's followed very closely by another Republican operative, and everything that he says is disseminated, and it does create outrage. It creates an internal division for Republicans. This is at once an embarrassment for the national party, prompting some major figures, including members of Michigan's congressional delegation, chairman of the state national party, even likely presidential candidate Scott Walker of Wisconsin, to denounce Agema. And it's also an internal party matter to which there's no immediate resolution. There's no real mechanism for the removal of Agema, though some are calling for a resolution this week that would call for his suspension. In the end, here's what it is. Dave Agema is one of dozens of elected officials. He's not a paid elected official. He's elected by the party. And there's nothing he can do. He can't make unilateral decisions. He can't make any decision that affects the party without really involving a whole lot of other people. In other words, building a consensus, which isn't likely, but it creates a real controversy, and it really creates some heartburn for a lot of Republicans.
It's a distraction.
At very least, it's a distraction, to be sure.
All right, Rick. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.